Have you ever felt like something was missing in your life, even when everything seemed fine? It's a common experience that many of us share. We go through our daily routines, achieve our goals, and yet there's this nagging feeling that we're not quite complete. What if I told you that the answer to this feeling isn't something you need to find outside yourself? In fact, it's already a part of you, waiting to be noticed. Today we're going to explore a truth that's been with you all along. It's not some hidden secret or complex philosophy. It's simple, yet profound. It's a part of your very being, but it may have gone unnoticed until now. This truth has the power to change how you see yourself and the world around you. Let's start by talking about this hidden truth. It's not something you can touch or see, but it's as real as the air you breathe. This truth is a deep understanding that lies within you. It's your inner wisdom, your gut feeling, your intuition. It's the part of you that knows what's right even when your mind is clouded with doubt. But why do we often overlook this truth? Well, life gets busy. We're caught up in our jobs, our relationships, our responsibilities. We're bombarded with information and expectations from the outside world. In all this noise, it's easy to lose touch with our inner voice. We start to rely more on what others tell us than what we feel deep down. There are signs that point to this unnoticed truth. Have you ever had a strong feeling about something, even when it didn't make logical sense? Or maybe you've experienced moments of clarity when everything suddenly seemed to fall into place. These are glimpses of your inner truth shining through. These signs can show up in many ways in our daily lives. Maybe you feel drawn to a certain career path, even though it's not what others expect of you. Or perhaps you have a sense of unease about a decision, even when it looks good on paper. These feelings aren't random. They're your inner truth trying to guide you. Now let's talk about the nature of this inner truth. It's not something you learn from a book or a teacher. It's knowing that comes from within. It's unique to you, shaped by your experiences and your essence as a person. This inner wisdom is always honest. It doesn't try to please others or conform to societal norms. It simply reflects what's true for you. This inner truth is different from the knowledge we gain through education or life experiences. While learned knowledge can change over time, this inner wisdom remains constant. It's like a compass that always points true north regardless of where you are or what's happening around you. So why is it so hard for us to recognize and trust this inner truth? There are several barriers that get in our way. One of the biggest is societal conditioning. From a young age, we're taught to look outside ourselves for answers. We learn to value the opinions of experts, authorities, and the people around us. While there's nothing wrong with seeking advice, this can lead us to doubt our own inner knowing. Our personal fears and doubts also play a role in obscuring our inner truth. We might be afraid of making mistakes or looking foolish. We might doubt our own abilities or worth. These fears can create a lot of mental noise that drowns out the quieter voice of our inner wisdom. The good news is that we can overcome these barriers. The key is awareness. By paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and intuitions, we can start to recognize the voice of our inner truth. It's like tuning into a radio station. At first, there might be a lot of static, but as we focus, the signal becomes clearer. There are simple techniques we can use to increase our self-awareness. One is to take a few minutes each day for quiet reflection. This doesn't have to be formal meditation. It can be as simple as sitting in silence and observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Another technique is to pay attention to your body. Our bodies often respond to our inner truth before our minds catch up. A feeling of expansion or lightness might indicate you're aligned with your truth, while tension or discomfort might signal that you're going against it. As we become more aware of our inner truth, we can start to connect with it more deeply. This isn't about forcing anything or trying to change who you are. It's about allowing yourself to be more fully who you already are. It's about trusting your own wisdom and letting it guide you. One practical step to connect with your inner wisdom is to ask yourself questions and listen for the answers that come from within. Instead of immediately seeking advice from others when you face a decision, take some time to check in with yourself first. Ask, what feels right to me? Or, what do I truly want? Then, listen patiently for the answer. Another helpful practice is to regularly check in with your values and priorities. Are your actions aligned with what truly matters to you? When you notice a mismatch, that's an opportunity to reconnect with your inner truth and make adjustments. As you start to align more with your inner truth, you might notice some changes in your life. You might feel more confident in your decisions. You might find it easier to set boundaries and say no to things that don't feel right for you. You might also experience a greater sense of peace and contentment, even in the face of challenges. Of course, recognizing and living by your inner truth isn't always easy. You might face resistance from others who are used to you behaving in a certain way. You might struggle with self-doubt or fear of change. These challenges are normal and part of the process. To overcome these obstacles, it's important to be patient and kind with yourself. Remember that you're unlearning years of conditioning and developing a new skill. It takes time and practice. When you face setbacks, treat them as learning opportunities rather than failures. It can also be helpful to seek support from like-minded individuals. This could be friends who are on a similar path, a support group, or a coach or therapist who can provide guidance and encouragement. As you live more in harmony with your inner truth, you'll likely notice positive changes in your life. You might find that your relationships become more authentic and fulfilling. You might discover new passions or talents that you hadn't explored before. You might feel a greater sense of purpose and direction in your life. This alignment with your inner truth can also have practical benefits in your daily life. When you're in touch with your inner wisdom, decision-making becomes easier. You're less likely to be swayed by external pressures or fleeting emotions. Instead, you can tap into a deeper knowing that guides you towards what's truly best for you. Living in alignment with your inner truth doesn't mean your life will be perfect or free from challenges, but it does mean you'll face those challenges from a place of authenticity and inner strength. You'll be better equipped to navigate life's ups and downs because you'll have a clear sense of who you are and what matters to you. The impact of recognizing and living by your inner truth goes beyond your personal life. As you become more authentic and aligned, it affects those around you. Your relationships may deepen as people respond to your genuine self. You might inspire others to look within themselves and trust their own inner wisdom. This ripple effect can extend even further. Imagine a world where more people are in touch with their inner truth. It would be a world with less conflict and more understanding. A world where people make choices based on what truly matters, rather than external pressures or false beliefs. By recognizing and honoring your inner truth, you're not just changing your own life, you're contributing to a shift in consciousness that has the potential to positively impact society as a whole. This might sound like a big claim, but it starts with small individual changes. As more people tune into their inner wisdom, it creates a collective momentum towards greater authenticity and awareness. So how can you start this process of recognizing and living by your inner truth? The first step is simply to acknowledge that this truth exists within you. You don't need to fully understand it or know how to access it yet. Just be open to the possibility that you have this inner wisdom. From there, you can begin to create space in your life to listen to your inner voice. This might mean setting aside a few minutes each day for quiet reflection. It might mean paying more attention to your intuitive feelings about situations or decisions. It might mean asking yourself, what do I really want? Or what feels true for me more often? Start small. You don't need to make dramatic changes overnight. Perhaps choose one area of your life where you'd like to be more in tune with your inner truth. It could be in your relationships, your work, or your personal habits. Notice what happens when you start to listen to and act on your inner wisdom in this area. As you practice tuning into your inner truth, be patient with yourself. There might be times when the signal seems clear and other times when it feels confusing or contradictory. This is normal. Your inner truth isn't always about getting clear, logical answers. Sometimes it's about sitting with uncertainty and trusting that clarity will come in its own time. Recognizing and living by your inner truth is a lifelong journey. It's not about reaching a destination where you suddenly have all the answers. It's about developing an ongoing relationship with your inner wisdom. It's about learning to trust yourself more deeply and live more authentically. We've talked about the existence of an inner truth that's already a part of you. We've discussed why this truth often goes unnoticed and the barriers that can prevent us from recognizing it. We've explored ways to increase our awareness and connect with our inner wisdom. We've looked at the challenges that might arise and how to overcome them. And we've considered the positive impact that living in alignment with our inner truth can have on our lives and the world around us. The most important thing to remember is that this inner truth is already within you. You don't need to search for it outside yourself or become someone different to access it. It's simply a matter of turning your attention inward and learning to listen. As you move forward from here, I encourage you to stay curious about your inner truth. Pay attention to those moments when you feel a deep sense of rightness or when something resonates strongly with you. These are clues pointing you towards your inner wisdom. Don't be discouraged if it feels challenging at first. Like any skill, recognizing and trusting your inner truth takes practice. Be patient with yourself and celebrate the small moments of clarity and alignment when they come. This journey is uniquely yours. Your inner truth won't look exactly like anyone else's, and that's as it should be. Trust in your own process and your own timing. As you continue to explore and connect with your inner truth, you may find that your life takes on a new depth and richness. You may discover strengths and qualities within yourself that you hadn't recognized before. You may find yourself making choices that feel more authentic and fulfilling. This journey of self-discovery and alignment isn't always easy, but it's incredibly rewarding. It's about becoming more fully yourself and living a life that truly resonates with who you are at your core. So as you go about your day, I invite you to keep this idea in mind. There's a truth within you that's waiting to be noticed. It's been there all along, quietly guiding you. By tuning into this inner wisdom, you open yourself up to a more authentic, fulfilling way of living. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of your inner truth. Remember, the power to live a more authentic, aligned life is already within you. It's simply waiting for you to notice it. As you move forward, carry this awareness with you. Let it inspire you to listen more closely to your inner voice and to trust in your own wisdom. Your journey of discovering and living by your inner truth is just beginning. Each day brings new opportunities to tune in, to listen, and to align your actions with your deepest knowing. Embrace these opportunities and watch how your life unfolds in beautiful and unexpected ways. I want to leave you with a final thought. The truth that's already a part of you is a precious gift. It's your unique guidance system, your personal compass in life. By honoring this inner truth, you honor yourself and your place in the world. So go forth with curiosity and openness. Listen to the quiet voice within. Trust in your own wisdom. And remember, the truth you seek is already a part of you, waiting to be noticed and lived. Your journey of self-discovery and authentic living starts now, with each choice you make to tune in and listen to your inner truth.